Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Here we are at day 3.
Everyone's waiting for me to sing, but
I'm waiting for you.
Now, on the third day of Christmas.
Okay, there we go, finally.
What's on tap podcast?
And what do we have in today's option?
We don't know because we're drawing them randomly.
I know, that was my cue for you to stick your hand in there and grab a beer.
So we have had, yesterday was me, 2 days ago was me. But today, it's not one.
All right, and this is one that I don't know because I didn't wrap this, so I have no idea what's in this bottle. It is a bottle, I can tell you that much.
So triple mystery.
Yep.
Randomly drawn.
This is very well wrapped.
Wrapped by someone else.
Ooh. It is another very big beer. It is a Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged Arrogant Bastard.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Bourbon Barrel Aged Arrogant Bastard. Coming in at 8.1%. So I'm super excited about this one. Have you ever had this one before?
I've had a lot of different Arrogant Bastard, but...
Not this one in particular?
I don't think so. Internet is kind of mysterious.
Slow.
They say bourbon barrel aged, but this seems like a special variant.
Kentucky bourbon barrels.
Yeah.
And this was bottled on... This was bottled in 2016.
Wow. So this one would have originated in one of the boxes you...
Yeah, so this one would have come in the kiosk box.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought those kiosk boxes have been amazing. I have not... I thought, well, I'll just get it for the first, a month or two, and then I'll delete... And then every month it's just like, damn, this is good. I'm going to keep getting this. And the last couple of months have just been outstanding. Because, yeah, so what happened was I had two monthly boxes, one from kiosk and one from Drick Beer.
Yeah.
And you got the Drick Beer one and I got the Drick Beer one. So
now, yeah.
Well, yeah, but now we got the same one.
I've only gotten one box.
Right, but the month before you shared that box with someone else. So
yes.
you got a good idea of what was in that box.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you shared all of the beers or half of them or whatever it was, but you shared a number of them. So it's possible that you have already had some of the ones. But then I also got the kiosk box, which is where this came from. And there was also a 2 old box.
Yes.
That I hadn't opened yet. That was also part of that mix. So, of the 6 beers, of the possible...
Out of 12 of your beers, 6 are from boxes that you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
Nice. The Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged, it's a new one. This is a good Christmas present.
Yeah.
And I think 4 years is a good age for Arrogant Bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it starts turning into barley wine. I still haven't tasted.
Yeah.
It's
You're definitely getting the Kentucky bourbon barrel aging off of this one. It just smells like a...
It still smells like Arrogant Bastard, which is very hop forward. Let's try it.
Bourbony kind of
Cheers
scent to it. Yeah. It's interesting. I don't get the barrel aging on this. In the nose, I think it's quite up front. But in the taste of the beer itself, it's very sweet. At the end is very bitter. It's got kind of a citrusy hoppy notes to it. Very dry finish. But maybe it's too cold. I don't know. It's just not a...
It's not that cold.
No, it's not that cold. But
this is... Arrogant Bastard is such a weird beer because it's a hop heavy like American strong ale. It's that's what it is. It's not a double IPA. It's definitely not a barley wine or a stout. Far from a stout. But when they age out, they turn into this weird... Because it's still very... It has a lot of bitterness.
It's super bitter on the back end. Which I... your enjoyment of this beer will be largely based on how bitter you like a beer to finish.
Yes.
And this kind of falls into that English bitter quality almost. I mean, this is a pretty almost Danish level of bitterness in the back end.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Kentucky bourbon barrels are left in this one.
Honestly, I can't taste it at all. If I didn't see it on the label, it smells up front. It smells it, but I don't get it on the palate in any way.
No. It has a lot of malty sweetness as well.
Yeah. I'm getting some raisiny flavors to it.
Yes, that's
for sure.
Probably what I mean.
And I mean, I think it's super drinkable. I love the carbonation on it. It's kind of light and very easy to drink, and I think a very delicious beer. But if I was to say, is this worth extra money because it was barrel aged? 100% no.
No.
Yeah. Is it a delicious beer nonetheless? 100% yes. So, well, what do you? I've been kind of rambling on here. So
I'm stuck between a 4 and I think 4.25, but I might go to the lower rating, 4.4, because it promises Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the 4 as well. I think it's a delicious beer, but because you're not getting that bourbon barrel aging off of the flavor, I don't know that it added anything extra. So I would expect it to be a little sweeter maybe, and a little bit more vanilla notes, especially since it's kind of an old ale anyway.
Yeah.
It should really pick up on those bourbon barrel flavors quite easily. Because when you think about like things like what's it called?
Give me a clue.
Michigan Brewery.
Founders.
Founders. We think of like what Founders does.
I am the best.
Yes. I'm just amazed that Michigan Brewery was what came to mind when thinking of Founders. That was how I couldn't think of any of their beers.
No.
But Michigan Brewery is the one that is the one.
Grand Rapids.
Yes. When you think about what they do with some of their like old ales and things like that, and when they bourbon barrel age them, they really pick up those characters, and their barrel aging series is very. I think it's probably one of the best ones out there. But with this one, again, it's a very good beer, but it just isn't hitting that bourbon hints that I think it deserves.
Exactly. Now it's 2 years ago since I visited Berlin so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2018, and I visited the Stone tap room a lot because they still had their Berlin production. There had 2 places in Berlin. I visited the small tap room the most.
Yeah.
They had a lot of weird, arrogant bastard variants, and their barley wine. I forget what it's called. Old Guardian.
Yeah.
Weird Old Guardian variants. So I like them. I've always liked these arrogant bastard Old Guardian, and I think the Imperial Stout is just called Stone Russian Imperial Stout.
I think so too.
But any variant I've always kind of liked, except when they had like green tea leaves in. That became kind of
Nobody
weird.
likes that.
No. So I was very happy when you said arrogant bastard.
Me too.
It's good.
It's really good. Yeah. So I think 4 on both for both of us is very adequate and very appropriate. All right.
Yeah. See you tomorrow
See
for
you
next
tomorrow.
episode.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.